Hi, welcome to Intermediate Ashtanga. I'm Melanie from Yoga Pin. Don't forget to go to our YouTube channel and hit that little red subscribe button and support us. A couple of things before we start the practice. Remember that it is a very fast practice. It's if you're a beginner, it might not be the class for you. If you have any issues in your tissues, always best to check with your doctor before you move into a practice like this. Although Ashtanga is not generally taught with the use of props, I highly encourage you to use the props if you need them. So remember, the practice is strong, but it is meant to be healing. And it isn't healing if all you're doing is moving fast and hurting yourself. So try to practice with some awareness. We will start up in a standing position in Samastiti. So bring yourself up to the front of the mat. And also, as I get started, just remember that I am not always mirroring you. So listen to the cues and judge by your ears, not by your vision. All right, so come to Samastiti. Take your hands to heart center in Anjali Mudra. Take a moment to find the Ujjayi breath. Remember the importance of the breath and the use of the drishti, your point of gaze in this practice. Start to engage the Ujjayi breath. Surya Namaskara A. Inhale, arms and gaze. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step back, lower through Chaturanga. Inhale, lift, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. And give yourself time to ease into the practice, truly getting to know, how do you feel today? You are your own best teacher and guide. So try to get used to paying attention to the cues your body's giving you. I'm one person cueing maybe a few of you. So listen to yourself first and foremost. Inhale, bring the gaze and the feet back to the hands. Exhale, fully fold. Inhale, come all the way up, soften the shoulders. Exhale, Samastiti. Inhale, arms and gaze. Exhale, fold the body forward. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step back. Watch those heads hanging. Lower through Chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Open your chest. Exhale, downward dog. Walk it out. Reset your foundation if you need to. So if it's back and hamstrings bothering you, move your legs farther apart. Bend the knees slightly. You want the hips moving up and back to where the wall and the ceiling meet. Your drishti is towards your belly button or towards the wall behind. And the weight is even on everything connected to the ground. Think Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. Inhale, gaze and feet to hands. Exhale, fold the body. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, Samastiti. Last time. Inhale, arms and gaze. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, step back. Knees can come down if you need. Lower through Chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. You're given the gift of several breaths just to connect your body and your mind. Let your mind ride the waves of the breath, and the practice becomes like a moving meditation. Your mind is present within your breath, and you're present in the here and now. So the risk of injury is much less when you're present. Inhale, gaze and feet to hands. Exhale, fold the body. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, Samastiti. Surya Namaskara B. Knees bend, lift the arms and gaze. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step back, lower through Chaturanga. Inhale, lift upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Left foot pivots, right comes forward. Breathing in. Exhale, come all the way back down. Watch those heads hanging. I'm watching you. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Right foot pivots, left comes forward. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, coming all the way back down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Follow the rhythm of the breath. Hopefully by now you have a sense of how you're feeling today. Really trying to honor that. Sometimes the hardest thing we have to do in this practice is know when to back off. Perhaps modify If you need to come down to child's pose and keep your breath. If you're dizzy, put your head on your fist. Inhale, gaze and feet back to hands. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees. Inhale, arms and gaze. Exhale, Samastiti. Knees bend, arms up, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step back, lower through chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Left foot pivots, right foot comes forward. Front hip back, back thigh forward, weight even on the feet. Exhale, coming back down, watch those heads. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Right foot pivots, left forward. Inhale, hips point straight ahead, shoulders soft. Exhale, come down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog, open the chest. Exhale, downward dog. Know why you're doing what you're doing. Don't do something just because I'm telling you to. The practice is meant to be healing. Remember, yoga chikitsa or yoga therapy. It's a strong practice. It only becomes therapeutic when you practice mindfully, finding both strength and ease in the body. Inhale, gaze and feet back to hands. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees. Inhale, arms and gaze. Exhale, Samastiti. Last time. Knees bend. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step back. Don't hang your heads, elbows in. Chaturanga. Upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Left foot pivots, right comes forward. Weights even on both feet. Breathing. Exhale, coming back down. Inhale, up. Exhale, back. Right foot pivots, left forward. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, back down. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Breathing. Remember, pause if you need to. The pauses are important in life and on your mat. When you learn to pause on your mat, that transfers out into your daily lives. And that's when you're really living your yoga. Think Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. Inhale, gaze and feet to hands. Exhale, fold, bend the knees. Inhale, arms and gaze. Exhale, Samastiti. Utkatasana, jump the feet apart, hip width. Exhale, fold, grab your toes. Inhale, hips long, high, spine long. Exhale, elbows bend, body folds. If you need to move your feet for your back and hamstrings, move them a bit wider apart. Keep those elbows bending out to the side to open the upper back. A retraction and a straightening can take you deeper and deeper. Inhale, straighten the spine. Exhale, Headstand, slide the hands under the feet. Bend the elbows, fold the body. Think about that rib-thigh connection, so a retraction of the knees, a bending of the knees, and a straightening of the legs can help you deepen. Lots of balance here. Work the pressure points in the palms, in the feet. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale, come up. Exhale, Samastiti. Utkatasana Trikonasana, step out to the right. Right foot turns out, left in, extend. Lower the right arm, lift the left. If the shoulder hurts, put the hand on the hip or in the low back. Trikonasana, remember you're lengthening both side bodies equally. The waist even on the feet. The arches of the feet are lifting. Inhale, come up. Exhale, same thing, other side. So that's the beauty of Ashtanga. We do one side, we do the other side, and we develop awareness from practice to practice, how we can be so different from one side to the other. Don't lock that left leg. Keep breathing. Inhale, come up. Parivrtta is the rotation. So the right foot turns out, left foot slightly in, square the hips. Bring the left hand to the outside of the right leg. Use the blocks if they benefit you. That right hand in the sacrum, straight out to the side from the shoulder or fingertips pointing up. Squeeze the inner upper thighs. The weight should be even on both feet. Take one more breath in, one more breath out. Bring yourself all the way up and pivot the feet. Left foot forward, right foot turned in, right hand to the outside of left. Some of you may prefer the hand to the inside of the foot. There's no absolutes unless you force them on yourself. Remember, the more you explore, the more you create change in your habits, in your state of mind, and in the physical body itself. Keep breathing. Are the hips square? Is the weight even on the feet? Inhale, come up. Exhale, Samastiti. Utkatasana Parslashkanasana. Step out to the right, bend the right knee. Right elbow to right thigh, left arm up and over. Keep breathing. Make the adjustments if you need. Hand in the low back. Some of you will put your hand down on the floor at the inside, some at the outside. Know why. Each posture is presented to us to teach us something. What is the lesson you're meant to learn today? Inhale, come up. Exhale, woo, other side. Left knee bends, left hand down. You can always bring the arm out. You can rest the elbow on the thigh. Remember, when I say rest, I don't mean take a break and have a cup of coffee. I mean just put it there if you need more stability and strength. Your drishti can be up if there's not a strain in the neck, but quit dropping those heads down. Inhale, come up. Exhale, pivot your feet, Parivrita. So right foot points forward. Left foot slightly in, weight even on both feet. Left elbow to the outside of the right knee and the hands meet in prayer. Some of you will be able to deepen it by lifting the left heel up. Do what actually works in your body to make it stronger. Take one more breath in and one more breath out. Now inhale, come back up, and exhale, other side. Left foot points forward, right foot comes in, bend the left knee. Right elbow to the outside of the knee, left hip goes back, breathing. Palms pressed together to move the shoulders apart. Gaze to the side, up or down to the floor. One more breath in, one more breath out. Inhale, come up. Exhale, Samastiti. This is your reset. Inhale, step out wide to the right, feet parallel. Exhale, fold hands to floor, shoulder width apart. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And as you exhale, walk your hands back, bending the elbows to right angles, keeping the elbows in line with your shoulders, the wrists below your elbows. A bending of the knee and a straightening of the legs can show you where your feet, your foundation need to be. If your head's on the floor, challenge yourself and bring your feet closer together. Now straighten the arms, lengthen the spine, place the hands on the hips, come all the way up to standing. Lower the arms. Inhale, arms shoulder height. Exhale, hands to the hips. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. So a bending of the knees and a straightening of the legs will reset your foundation to where it needs to be. Hips move up. Think Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. Do the work through the upper back. Arches of the feet lift. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release. Inhale, arm shoulder height. Exhale, interlace behind the back, chest expander. Use the straps if you need. Inhale, arms and gaze. Exhale, fold the body forward. Head goes to the floor, arms go to the floor. It's called chest expander because we are trying to open our chest, so squeeze those shoulder blades. Try to touch the heels of the hands like you're making one arm. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold forward, grab your big toes, pointer finger and middle finger, thumbs touch. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, elbows bend out to the side, body folds. Again, you may need to adjust your feet. Breathing, breathing. Try not to think about what it looks like. Think more about what does it feel like. Work from the inside out. One more breath in, one more breath out. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale, come up. Exhale, reset, Samastiti. Take the hands behind the back, palm to palm, or hold your elbows. Take the right foot, step it all the way around, turn the left foot slightly in and square your hips. Fold the body either halfway forward or all the way forward, but pay attention to your foundation, your feet, and to the hips. To adjust your hips, move your feet.
Slide your fingertips up to where the hair and the neckline meet. Keep the neck long, and if you're dizzy, why did you go all the way forward? I see your chin thrusting, let your head hang. Use the strength of the legs to bring you all the way up. Exhale, turn the feet. Same thing other side. Set the foundation, square the hips, fold halfway forward. Send the hips up and back, the movement that you would do in downward dog. Stay halfway or go all the way, but practice truthfulness. Are you striving for flexibility, or can you combine both strength and flexibility? Use your breathing. Inhale, come up. Exhale, step back to the front of the mat into Samastiti. Moving into balance. Weight goes to the left foot. Lift the right foot off the floor. If you can grab the foot, grab it. But if that is your ego practicing, hold a different spot of your leg. Remember, if you do, and fold forward now, if you do the same thing over and over, you are going to get the same results. And the idea is to create change. Use your breathing in a positive way. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, move that hip in the socket. Take it out to the right. Take your gaze the opposite direction. Notice if your structure is strong. Are your hips squared? Are you connected at the core, right at the center, the hara? Bring it back to the center. Fold forward. Bring yourself all the way up. Extend the leg, point the toes. Notice the weight on the supporting foot. Notice your hips. Those of you leaning back, straighten up. Keep your neck in line with your spine. Flex the foot, release it, and walk it out. Switch sides. Weight to the right, lift the left. Remember, if you hold the back of the thigh or the calf, that's great too. Use your breathing. Try to practice kindness to yourself, because the first thing you need to do is be kind to yourself to be able to be kind to others. Inhale, bring yourself up. Move the hip in the socket. Your arm can go out. It can hold a chair or a wall. Put the palm in the thigh. Unlock both legs. Turn the gaze the opposite direction if it's a day to do that. Challenge yourself. Maybe look out of the corners of your eyes, even if you don't turn the head. Now bring it back to the center. It's an exhalation, bowing forward. Drop that left hip. Inhale, come up. Exhale, extend the leg and point the toes. Those of you leaning back, straighten up your spine. Your minds might get in the way, so retract, bend the knee, and extend the leg. You can do it. I know you can. Keep breathing. Good. Flex the foot, walk it out. Weight to the left. Right foot comes into half lotus. Reach around, grab the foot with the right hand, and fold forward. Option being right ankle and right thigh. Use your breath. Go halfway if that's better. In a perfect world, the knees are closer together. Let the head go. Unclench the toes, unclench your jaw. Good. Inhale, come partway up. Pause. Exhale. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, release. Walk it out. Switch sides. Weight to the right. Left foot comes up into half lotus. Remember the option, ankle and thigh instead, bending into that half chair position. Folding fully forward if possible. You can always use blocks under the hands or books. Let the head go. Weight on the foot, big toe mound, little toe mound, center of the heel. Keep breathing. Perhaps the heel is just below the navel, massaging into all the internal organs. Now inhale, partway up, pause, exhale. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, release. Step back to the front of the mat into Samastiti. Good. Inhale, arms and gaze. Exhale, fold the body forward. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step back, lower through chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, gaze and feet to hands. Bend the knees. Come up into Utkatasana, chair pose. Drop the shoulders. Keep the breath. Gaze is up without compromising the neck, so keep the neck long and smooth. Think Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. Unclench the toes, sit a little lower in the chairs, watch your chins. Know why your arms are up there. What are you doing with them? One more breath in. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step back, lower through chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Virabhadrasana A, left foot pivots, right foot comes forward. Coming up into that warrior one position, set the foundation, square the hips, arms up, shoulders down, neck long. Use your breath. Know how you're using your arms. Get these muscles, get these serratus muscles kicking in and working. Big toe mound, little toe mound, center of the heel on each foot. Front hip back, back thigh forward. Inhale, straighten that leg. Exhale, pivot, left knee bends, shoulders down. Wire your arms where they are. Are you using them? Maybe you're better to bring them down just above the shoulders. Use your breath. You're trying to create shoulder stability, remember. Now open to B. Set the foundation, bring the arms parallel to the floor. Hips point forward between your legs. Back foot might be at 90, might be turned in. Keep breathing. Inhale, come up. Exhale, turn your feet. Your gaze goes to the hand over the bent knee, so the right knee. Draw the legs together, draw the shoulders down. If you're leaning, make your stance wider. Keep your breath. Exhale all the way over through chaturanga without dropping those heads. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, sit down. Dandasana. Use those props if you need them to lift the hips to tilt the pelvis. Hands down, heels down, spine long, sternum, center of chest to chin. Breathing. Breathing. If it's back and hamstrings, move the legs farther apart. Bend the knees. Your foundation is no longer your feet, but use your feet. This is great prep for shoulder stand, all the closing postures. Inhale, look up. Exhale, Paschimottanasana. Grab your toes. Adjust your glutes if you need to. Use the props. If your eyeballs roll towards your toes, if you're cranking your neck, keep the neck long. Don't be afraid of a little bit of movement. It can allow a deeper release. Follow your breath. Know why you're doing what you're doing. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, change your hands. Grab the outsides of the width bead, thumbs below the big toe. Fold forward. If you need the knees bent and the ribs on the thighs, that's what you should do. If straps would be more of a benefit, use them. There is a relationship to your hand grip and your shoulders. Be aware of that. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, release. Move through the vinyasa or simply spark to build that core strength. Downward dog and sitting down. Into Parsvattanasana, inclined plane. If crab pose is a better option for you, I suggest that is what you should do. Neck is long, breath is strong, body is open, breathing, breathing, lower down, vinyasa, chaturanga. Do them to benefit yourself, not to hurt your wrists and your shoulders. Downward dog, coming back to a seated position, left leg is straight, right foot comes to half lotus, so leg standing balance. Grab the foot, fold the body forward. If you need to hold that right foot with a strap, use a strap. If you need to hold the ankle of the left leg, hold the ankle. Try to keep the weight even on everything connected to the ground and recognize that this is just like our standing balance, but now we're in a seated position. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release. Spark and switch sides. So right leg is straight, left foot into half lotus, grab the foot with the hand or use a strap, fold the body forward. Think about your mat being your own personal mirror. So would your shoulders be even if you were looking down into a mirror? Would you see the weight even on everything on the ground? That left knee tends to want to lift. While it may not touch the floor, think down and forward. Heel just below the navel. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release. Either spark or do your vinyasa, toe chaturanga. Knees can be down, remember. Upward dog, downward dog. Back to seated. Left leg is straight. Right foot tucks around the glutes, so reposition the calf if you need. The weight tends to shift to the left. So a small blanket under the left glute can make a difference. And blankets are nice because you can roll them to different thicknesses. Now you may not fold all the way forward, and that's also fine. Anything touching the ground, the weight should be even. So both palms, both forearms, both elbows. You can always hold the foot. Keep your breathing. Really notice if the weight's even on both glutes. And, try to get it as even as you can. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, release. Spark. And switch sides. Right leg is straight. Left goes back. Roll the calf if you can. Reposition the glutes. Remember, if you're leaning on one side all the time, the risk of injury is so great. You may want to bend that right knee and be in this position. Use your breathing. The right big toe mound presses forward. The right heel draws back. The knees draw towards each other. Breath is strong. Wherever the elbows are, they should benefit the upper back. Wherever the neck is, it should strengthen the neck, not strain it. One more breath in, one more breath out. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release. Move through the vinyasa. So remember in chaturanga, keep those knees down if it gives you more strength. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, sit down. Exhale, Jana Shashasana A. Left leg is straight, right foot in. This is a tiny twist, so left hip back, body fold. You may find that pressing the right foot into the left inner thigh is not what you need. You might need to roll the top of the foot to the floor. Draw your shoulders down. Left big toe mound forward, left hip back. Remember, if you're not feeling the actions, maybe you need to change what you're doing. Know how your body is responding to what this posture is meant to be teaching you today. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release. Spark. And switch sides. Right leg is straight. Left foot, adjust. It is a forward fold, so you might benefit by a prop to lift the hips and tilt the pelvis. I get a deeper connection when I start with my knee bent and then press the heel forward and the glute back. Shoulders drop. Neck is long. Do the work on all parts of the body. Inhale, come up. It should be as much work to come up as going down. Exhale, release. Vinyasa, if you're doing the vinyasas, breathing. Watch those heels rolling out to the side and upward dog. I'm watching you. Good, left leg is straight. Right heel comes in. You slide up on the heel. The knee opens to about 85 degrees and you square the hips. Body folds forward. Keep the weight even. I want to roll to my left leg, but try to keep the weight even on everything. This is meant to heal you, remember. Create balance. Follow the breath. Know why you're doing what you're doing. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release. Left leg straight, so spark. Right leg out. Left heel under. That left knee is about 85 degrees wide. Right toe mound forward. Right hip back. Breathing. Remember, however you grabbed your hands on one side, grab them the opposite way on this side. Create some lightness by pressing into the top of the left foot and lightly, lightly, lightly lifting the pelvic floor. Draw the shoulders down the back. Breathing. Breathing. Inhale, lengthen. Just as much work is going down. Exhale, release. Again, is the vinyasa going to heal you or is it going to harm you? Why do you do it if it's causing you more harm? Don't practice with your ego. Practice with your heart. Left leg straight. Right toes tuck. Slide forward. If there is a tweak or twinge in your body, your job is to notice it, acknowledge it, and change it, or you are going to have an injury in time. The idea is to be doing this when we're 150 years old. Drop the shoulders. Watch those necks. I'm watching you. Good. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release. Do the work sparking. Don't drop your heads and switch sides. Right straight, left toes tap. Don't be afraid of wiggling. As I said before, sometimes we just need to allow. When you get into the posture, you're given the gift of the breaths to create the change that you need. Don't hold through pain. And sometimes our mind is focused and programmed on pain. Try to find strength and release. Try to find ease. You will find much greater strength by moving with ease. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release. Is the vinyasa creating ease or is it creating pain and strain? Use your breath. Coming back down, moving into Asana A. So this is where you may need the straps. Left leg straight, right knee bends, right shoulder to the inside of the right leg, right arm around, right hand is the grabber, right shoulder back, left forward, shoulders are in a straight line. Use your feet. Are the hips stable and are they pointing forward? This is not a twist. Use your breathing. That right foot might even point out to the right. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release, spark, and switch sides. Right leg is straight, left shoulder to the inside. Try to keep that left knee right up against the armpit if possible. Left hand is the grabber, so right shoulder forward, left back. Right hip back. Right big toe mound forward. It is a forward fold, so if you need to bend the knee to get the ribs closer to the thighs, that's what you should do. Keep your breath. And inhale, come up, pause. Exhale, vinyasa if you're doing breathing. Know why you do what you do. I know I say it over and over and over again, but you know what? They say it takes 7 repetitions to create a memory. Left foot goes into half lotus, right foot to the floor, left knee is on the floor. Right shoulder to the inside of the right knee, reach around, grab and fold. If you cannot do half lotus, put your left foot on the floor, place your right heel against the top of the foot, and same fold. Keep your breath. If your head doesn't go to the floor, put a block under it. It is a forward fold, so your feet are a little bit wider apart. You may have Jalandhara Bandha engaged. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release. Spark. Don't drop your heads and switch sides. So right heel in half lotus, left foot to the floor, left arm around left leg, right hand behind the back. If that's not working out, put the right foot behind the left. And you know, if you can't do the same thing on each side, that is okay. Do the best that you can. Really, that's all life asks of us, is to do the best we can. We are our own harshest critics, so just be grateful for being on your mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release. Vinyasa without hanging your heads. Keep connected at the core of the body. Keep the body strong. Coming down, Asana C, so the first of the twists. Left leg is straight. Right knee bends, opposite arm, so left arm around the right leg. Use the straps if you need. If you're leaning back, I would suggest adjusting your foundation so you can sit up tall. Head does turn, but know why you're turning it. It is an extension of your spine, so it should be beneficial. Twist might create a deep heat in your body. Maybe you're sweating. Perfect. Good. Bring yourself back to the center. Spark. Remember, you are in control of your practice, so you can control the heat, and it can be a safe heat. Left to the outside, right arm to the outside of the left. Bring the arm around, clasp hands, use a strap, drop your shoulders. Twists are meant to be posture improving. Good. Move the air out of the lower abdominals, work with your breath. Don't force it, but work with it. Your breath tells you your story, so pay attention to the story of you. Good, bring yourself back to the center, move through your vinyasa or not. And be kind to yourself. If you leave the vinyasas out, that's where you should be really proud of yourself for knowing that that's what you should do today. Second twist, left foot in half lotus, right foot to the floor. This time you want your feet close together. Left arm goes to the outside of the right leg and around your right shin. You reach behind your back and grab your hands. If that doesn't work, an option we often do as class is left foot down, right heel in line with the left knee, scoot your left heel away. Weight in this variation is even on both glutes, but only in this variation, not the half lotus variation. Don't drop those chins. Sit up, sit up. Good. Bring yourself back to the center, spark, and switch sides. So it is right foot in half lotus, left foot to the floor. Foot and knee are close together. Knee is on the ground, left foot is on the ground. Opposite arm. So right to the outside of left, left hand behind. If you are able to bind today. I know that there's no way I'm binding on this side, but by holding, breathing, and doing the work, I can create change to open what's tight. And that might be our minds. You just never know. Keep breathing. Good. Bring yourself back to the center. Move through your vinyasa without hanging the heads, without straining shoulders and wrists, because once you start feeling those issues in your tissues, unless you change it, you just get worse. And then you stop. And it's not about stopping. Bend the knees, lift the spine, drop the shoulders, heels off the floor if you can, legs straight if you can, but do what's best for you. Remember, I'm not sure where you are, but maybe it's only you, so you only have to answer to you. Use your breath, even though I know what you're doing. Keep breathing. Lift your chest, don't thrust those chins. You can hold one more breath. Keep going. Good, spark. And one more time. So Navasana is also known as boat pose. Don't let your boat sink. Keep breathing. Know why you have your arms where you have them. A little bit of internal rotation, so don't let the legs roll out. Lift your chest. Breathe, breathe. Good, spark. Last time, I'm being kind because you know there's 5 normally. Keep breathing. Shoulders drop, neck long. A little bit of shaking is great, as long as it's not a painful shake, right? Vinyasa. If you don't want to vinyasa, just take yourself to downward dog. From downward dog, we're moving our feet in front of our hands, bending our knees, taking the backs of the thighs to the backs of the arms. If that's enough, stay there. Some of you may be able to bring the feet in, cross the ankles, and lift the feet off the floor, moving to Utkatasana. Keep your breath. Good. You can transition back through Chaturanga, or you can just bring yourself down, spark the bandhas, and move to Konasana. It helps if your heels are on a slidey floor rather than your sticky mat. Knees bend, arms go back, palms are on the floor, arms are straight. Do not try to straighten your legs if your elbows are under your knees or you'll break your arms. Don't let the feet flop out and try not to have them too much wider than your shoulders. The neck is long, the breath is strong. Use the palms on the floor. Know how you're using them. Move the shoulders apart. You now bring yourself up to Supta Konasana, where you shift the weight to one glute. Bring the arm up in the mid-back. Shift to the other glute, bend the elbow, walk your feet together, cross your ankles, clasp your hands if you can, or use the straps, and breathe here. Bring yourself up, release. If you can move through a vinyasa here, it's a good idea because it does bring the body back to neutral. If not, you may just want a downward dog. Use your breathing. As you come back to seated, you're moving into Baddha Konasana, which is the 9 times or 5 times, rolling around clockwise. You do it in Lotus if you can. If you can bring your arms through your legs and hold your chin, that's wonderful. If not, you can hold the knees or clasp your hands, but you can also do cross-legged. Your chin tips slightly down, and remember, you're not doing big loop-de-loops. Keep breathing. Don't do a donkey kick. Bring yourself up, and you come to Utkatasana or Utkatasana. Utkatasana would be the hands through the legs. Utkatasana is like our last closing pose. Keep breathing. Keep breathing. Good. Lower down. You can move through a vinyasa without hanging the heads. Keep your breath. And you're moving to Baddha Konasana. We'll just do one variation today, so you choose. One has the flat back, and one has the rounding position. Try to keep the shoulders moving away, keep the foundation. The tendency here is to lift the weight off the glutes, so you have no stability through your foundation. You're rolling the feet open, it works the feet, the ankles, and it changes what's going on in the hips. The elbows started close, but they can move out if that is a benefit. Inhale, come up. Exhale into Baddha Konasana. You're welcome to vinyasa if you want to. Use the props here to lift the hips, tilt the pelvis. You do hold the big toes, bend the elbows if possible. But if your bottom's in the air and your legs aren't rooted, then question your decision. Remember, this is a pose where we get flexible and we forget about the strength. The injuries come when that happens. Keep breathing. Draw those shoulders back out of your ears. Use the legs, a micro bend in the knees. Now, inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, release. Spark. If you do have a block, slide it out. And now you're coming into, and this is like an extension of Navasana. If Navasana is a better option for you, the boat pose that we just did a little while ago, do that. Your neck is long, use your feet. You may find that you're better to hold it here. If your boat's sinking, lift the spine. Roll the eyeballs up. One more breath in, one more breath out, spark. Vinyasa, if you're doing the vinyasas, then you're coming onto your back and doing the same thing on the ground with the legs overhead. If you have neck and shoulder problems, I suggest that you lie flat on your back and just stretch the legs up in the air. Try to get the hips above the shoulders. You can reach up and hold the feet. Your sternum, if your chin and sternum touch, move the chin lightly away to create space for 1 or 2 fingers between the floor and the neck. Don't turn your head from side to side. You inhale, come up. Exhale, fold. Take 2 breaths. Bring yourself all the way up. Vinyasa, or move onto your back for Supta Padangusthasana. Supta means reclined. Left leg is straight, right leg is up in the air. If you need the props, use the props. Sink the hip down, bring the torso up, drop the shoulders. So if the hip's lifting, drop it. Use the strength of your legs. Are your shoulders even? Keep breathing. Torso comes down. Leg moves out to the side. Head turns the other direction. Notice, are both legs active? Are both hips even? So drop that right hip towards the short end of your mat. Head turns. Are the shoulders even? Make sure the legs are strong without being locked. Come back to the center. Exhale, torso comes off the floor, but hip drops down. Inhale, torso down. Exhale, leg comes down. Other side, inhale, leg up. Grab the toe, use the straps if you want. Drop the hip, torso comes up, shoulders drop down. Keep breathing. Do the work through the hips. Inhale, torso down. Exhale, leg out. So move the hip in the socket, turn the head, make sure you're connected top and bottom half at the core. No overarch in that low back. Keep breathing. Are the shoulders even? Good. Bring it back to the center. Coming up, shoulders drop down. Torso down. Leg down. Knees come into the chest. You come up and do your vinyasa or not. Again, The practice is yours. Make it be what you need it to be. As you come back down, you lie down, you roll back, reach up, grab your toes, and bring yourself back up to a seated position. You breathe here. Good. Hold what you can hold. Think about a block between your inner upper thighs, so use the strength of your legs. Draw your shoulders down out of your ears, your eyeballs roll up. Keep breathing. Now you may want to vinyasa here, or you may just want to fold the body in half. Use your breath. Shoulders rolling down, breath being present. Good, breathe in, breathe out. Vinyasa or not. Then you're coming down onto your back, moving into your hip lift or your wheel. Now remember, these are strong back bends, so do what benefits you, not what benefits me. If you're doing the hip lift, heels below the knees, palms on the floor, draw the air out of the lower belly, lift the bottom, low back, mid back off the floor. Try to have the heels below the knees. Roll your shoulder blades towards each other like you're squeezing a lemon between the shoulder blades. Keep the breath strong. Sternum moves to chin. Again, if they touch, chin moves slightly away. You come down, pause for a breath, and then come back up. You can repeat the same thing. You're welcome to move into the wheel if that would be beneficial for you today. But again, keep in mind, what is the foundation here? How are you using it? Don't let those knees flare apart. Do use your glutes, just don't overuse. Again, you pause for that recovery breath, and then repeat it one last time. Do what benefits you. Don't do what I'm saying. Keep breathing. As you come down, again, pause, roll up, move into a vinyasa if you want, and then into Paschimottanasana, the seated forward fold. You are releasing an intense back bend, so keep in mind that you want to do what benefits you. So if you need those knees bent, bend them. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release. Vinyasa, you're moving into Sarvangasana, which is the shoulder stand. If you're not familiar with the closing sequence, you may prefer just going legs up the wall. Or if there's any issues in the tissues today, as you come down, remember the foundation here changes. It is your shoulders, your neck, and your head. You want the natural curve in your spine, which includes your neck. So move the chin slightly away. You want the hips above the shoulders in a perfect world. But you know, our bodies are not the same each time we practice. So just be grateful for what you can do today. Now slowly lower the toes towards the floor over the head. Good breathing, you may need to bend the knees to get the hips higher. Chin moves away from the chest. Breath is strong. Tops of the feet on the floor if possible. The hands, they can be in the low back. They can be in chest expander. They can be flat on the floor. Keep breathing. Knees bend down on either side of the ears. Again, keep some freedom in the neck. Chin moves slightly away. The ears press, or the knees press lightly into the ears. Breathing. Now you come back up into Lotus. If you can't do Lotus, then cross-legged is fine. You can keep your hands on the back or bring your hands below the knees. Chin moves slightly away from the chest. Knees drop down, moving into Pindasana. Breathing. Chin slightly away from the chest. And now lowering down onto your back, moving into Matsyasana, which is fish pose. Now in Ashtanga, it is done in Lotus, but if you know that Lotus isn't good for you, do the straight leg, more hatha style variation of Matsyasana here. If you are in Lotus, know why you're doing what you're doing. It is a strong back bend. If all the weight of your body is on your neck, you know that you need to change what you're doing. Use the strength of the arms, the knees squeeze towards each other, the feet are flexed. It's a back bend. Squeeze your shoulder blades lightly. Move to the extension if you do it. Keep breathing. Lower down. Bring your knees into your chest. Roll up and move through the vinyasa if you're doing the vinyasa. Keep breathing. Now you're moving into Shirshasana, which is your headstand. This is not a great time to learn the headstand if you're not familiar with it. It is an inversion, so by all means you can go into dolphin pose with the elbows below the shoulders, tucking the toes, lifting the hips. This is an inversion. You can do downward dog. You can do a tripod headstand. Keep your breath. Keep your breath. When you come out of this, it's important because you are in an inversion and holding it. If you're in the half shoulder headstand, if you're in the full headstand, you can come to the half headstand. And then when you come down, no matter what you're in, pause in child's pose for a breath or two. Support your head on your fists as well. And then you can move into full child's pose if you like. Move through a vinyasa. And then come into your last 3 closing poses. You sit half lotus, full lotus, cross-legged. Traditionally, it's right leg, then left in full lotus. Left hand reaches left foot. Right hand reaches right foot. Chin drops down to chest, and the body folds. Breathing. Make sure there's weight in the foundation. Jalandhara Bandha, the chin lock is engaged. The breath is present. The mind is open. Rekindling that internal flame. Bring yourself back up to a seated position and extend the arms to the legs. Thumb and index finger touch. Other 6 fingers extend, arms are straight, chin drops down. Natural curve of your spine. As always, the eyes are open through the practice. Follow the breath. Sternum lifts to chin, chin drops down, feet are active. Gentle Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. Lifting the gaze, placing the hands down on the floor. Now, if you have a wooden block or something substantial like a sturdy book, you can place one hand on top of the books, lean forward, and lift up. Don't hang your heads, keep your breathing. Try for 110 breaths. I'm just kidding. Lower down. Now come back up. Don't thrust your chins, keep your breath. Good. Lower down, move through a vinyasa if you like. If the vinyasa needs to be left out, honor that within your body and come down onto your back. Moving through downward dog and all the way down onto your back for Shavasana. Now as you settle onto your back, take a deep breath in, tighten everything just as tight as you can. Exhale loudly, that big ha, where you can release the Ujjayi breath. Just let your breath return to a normal breath. And pause for a few moments just to notice the benefits within your body, within your mind. The benefits of all that pranayama work, the breath work, connecting with the movement, strengthening, healing body and mind.
Practice is like a life cycle. It starts with an inhale, ends with an exhale, and no two are the same. I encourage you to stay in Shavasana for a few moments longer. Really replenish and nurture yourselves. Thank you so much for joining me today. The light in me truly does bow to the light in you. Namaste. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, to drink lots of water, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time.